All right, it's time to go over the Denver Broncos and this poop stain of a team in 2024. We're going to try to pick through this roster here and try to find out, is there going to be any fantasy relevant players to be had? You know, it's one of those things that they've got a lot of players that's unknown on this team, and we need to really dive through it. Let's pull up the depth chart right now, and we see the quarterback should be Bo Nix. The quarterback out of Oregon, with Zach Wilson, the other poop stain from the Jets, coming over here, being the quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Now, Bo Nix has a lot of things going for him. I really liked him in college. He's one of the older people. He started at Auburn, ended up transferring over there to Oregon, and really started seeing his skills kind of blossom a little bit, right? So I'm curious to see what we find out with Bo Nix and his skill and his ability. I think that he has the talent to be good. It's just one of those things that I'm really hard shaped on the Denver Broncos itself. Is the offense going to be good enough to be fantasy relevant for you? Bo Nix, somebody you can put in your back pocket. I wouldn't even say as a backup quarterback, maybe like if you wanted a third quarterback on your roster, somebody who really probably needs to develop and see what he can mature and become as an NFL quarterback. I do think he can be good. He has a lot of tools. He has a very good throwing velocity. His arm, he's throwing on the run, really, really nice. So Bo Nix, he's going to have some help. Doesn't have a ton of weapons around him. Let's just look at the depth chart here and check out some of these running backs that he has. You can see that Javonte Williams is the #1 running back on this team. As of right now, I'm going to say Samaje Perine. Not sure if he's going to be on the team or not. You never know. He could be a casualty. Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime, the rookie out of Notre Dame, as well there. So a lot to unfold here. Javonte Williams should be the starting running back. You know, he should be. You know, he has the tools. You know, he had that injury a couple years ago, showing that he's really back from that injury now, can really run the football. But now Jaleel McLaughlin, when he gets the opportunity to run the football, man, does he look good. But then if all's said and done, right, and they have a Javonte Williams and they've got Jaleel McLaughlin, they're comfortable with that, why would they go out and run and draft a big bully running back like an Audric Estime if they don't plan on him being a part of the offense? So my fear with this offense is there's not going to be a true running back. I think Javonte Williams will get most of the carries in this backfield, but then it'll be kind of split. A little bit more Audric Estime, a little bit more of Jaleel McLaughlin. We don't know if Audric Estime can even catch the football on third down. He didn't do a lot of that in college in Notre Dame. We have to remember Notre Dame is not a passing to the back type of offense. They are running downhill. Just keep your nose down and get, you know, ground and pound offense. He wasn't asked to catch the football in college. So you never know what you get from Audric Estime. I did like him. I liked his film. I like the way that he runs. I just don't know if the opportunity is there in 2024 for Audric Estime to be fantasy relevant for you. So let's go over the wide receivers here in this big old mixed bag that we have. We have Courtland Sutton, obviously, is taking over as that 1A type of role, but then we have a lot of other wide receivers out. Marvin Mims Jr., does he take a step? Josh Reynolds, Tim Patrick, Troy Franklin, and little Jordan Humphrey are pretty much the 6 wide receivers that I have going into the season right now. Troy Franklin, the rookie out of Oregon, he was actually one of my top ranked wide receivers coming out. He fell into the NFL draft. Is it because he has a smaller frame? We don't know, but he ends up tagging up with his college quarterback in Bo Nix. So they're already on the same page. They've already got some reports. So Troy Franklin could be an interesting prospect for you this season. I wouldn't be mad if you grabbed him as maybe your 4th wide receiver and try to see if he can build that chemistry with Bo Nix and become fantasy relevant for you. But Courtland Sutton right now is clearly the #1 guy. He should be the #1 option. He ended up coming back. He's now on the team yet again. He's not going anywhere in this offseason. He should be able to get in plenty of opportunity from Bo Nix. I see the Denver Broncos being in a negative game script for most of the season, right? They're not going to be sitting there blowing out teams. They're going to be wanting to throw the football. I think Courtland Sutton should be able to be the benefactor of that and get plenty of points. Now, Marvin Mims, does he take a step forward? You know, like, he has the skill, he has the talent. We saw last year he had some flashes of really, really good ability to be able to get open and catch the football. So does Marvin Mims go ahead and take that wide receiver 2 role over, or does Troy Franklin come over and grab that as well? We have to remember Josh Reynolds, another wide receiver that I want to think about, you know, coming over there from the Lions. He has the ability to get it done as well. But really a mixed bag of all these wide receivers. Don't really know who's going to be the cream of the crop as of right now. If I had to put my money on it, I would probably say Courtland Sutton, and then just make sure you got Troy Franklin in your bag. I'm not too high on Mims like a lot of people are, but he's just not my cup of tea, and that's okay. Lastly, let's look at the tight ends here. We have Greg Dulcich coming right here, and then we have Adam Troutman, again, another one of those Saints that Sean Payton brought over. You know, Greg Dulcich, I was super high on him, especially in his rookie year. Ended up getting injured with Russell Wilson. Wasn't really able to shine the way that we all wanted him to, right? So He has ability. If he comes in completely healthy and is the man, Greg Dulcich can put up some fantasy numbers for you right now, especially in drafts, and his ADP is completely plummeted, so you can get him up pretty much free. So I'm just curious to see what Greg Dulcich can bring to the table. He's got the athletic profile to be very, very good in fantasy football, but you have to wait and see. So kind of to summarize the whole Broncos up, I wouldn't really draft or recommend drafting Bo Nix right now, as the rookie doesn't really shock me. If I had to take a running back, it would definitely be Javonte Williams. If you wanted somebody in the back just to kind of put back there onto your bench, I think Jaleel McLaughlin could be a good option. If we're looking at the wide receivers, Courtland Sutton is definitely a must draft for me. I think if you're looking at that, I would stay away from Marvin Mims and everybody else. Josh Reynolds, you know, I'm not really worried about none of those, but I would take a flyer on Troy Franklin, see what he can do. And if you need a third tight end, I wouldn't say second tight end, but if you need a third tight end, I think Greg Dulcich can give you some opportunities there. But guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, really helps out the channel quite a bit. Guys, we're pumping out so many videos each and every single week to help you dominate the football leagues and making sure you are best prepared for the NFL season coming up. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.